Chapter 20, Whose Forest? Part 2. In this part, we are going to see the forests of India. The forests are very important parts of our lives. In this part, we are going to see the importance of forest and the types of forest that covers most of the parts of India. What kind of forest cover which kind of areas and what is the lifestyle of that area. So let's begin with the chapter to understand all these things. Forests are assemblage of trees growing close to each other. The trees grow in different layers from tall trees to shrubs, creepers, climbers, everything can be found in the forest. Forests provide home for different plants and animals. They provide ecosystem services to human and serve as tourist attraction to man, and they also beautify this environment. For a forest to grow and stand out among other bushes, it requires a relatively high amount of annual precipitation or rainfall. The rainfall does not really need to be uniformly distributed throughout the year. The stems and the leaves of the trees have a way of storing or reserving water for long periods of time. The trees of the forest shed leaves in dry period to conserve water. So this is how forest becomes very important part of our world. But what do you think is a forest? If someone grew lots of trees close to each other, would this become a forest? Look at the picture closely. If somebody planted lots of trees in a particular space, will it be known as forest? No. The forest is a deep, dense area with lots of different variety of plants. It will contain bushes, it will contain climbers, creepers, it will contain tall trees, it will contain short plants, all kind of variety. Then only it will be known as a forest. A forest will have different size of plants. It will not be all growing together. The plants will be of different ages. Some will be very old, some will be very young. New saplings will be there. The ground will be covered with leaves, and the area of a forest also varies. So if there is a plantation, it will not have large area. It will be limited, but the forest can be unlimited. Importance or uses of forest. Forest is an important part of the ecosystem. They provide man with many benefits in the following ways. Leaf fall serves as soil covering. So when the old leaves of the trees fell down on the surface, they make a layer of covering over the surface of earth, and that prevents soil erosion and leaching of topsoil. By leaching, we mean loss of nutrients. The leaves that fall from plants also add nutrient to the soil when they decay. Forests provide trees for construction of houses, tools, furnitures and roads. Ropes, cans, fibers, bamboo and paper are also received from forest trees. Forest herbs are important for medicinal purposes. They provide many raw materials for making rubber, fruit drink, gum, essential oil and beverages. Forests serve as habitat for both plants and animals. They provide fuel in form of firewood and charcoal. Not only this, they create job opportunities for many people and also serves as tourist attraction for educational purpose and relaxation. Wild animals provide food for man in form of meat, which is a source of protein and fat. They provide hides for clothing and for musical instruments. Forest could serve as a source of revenue to the government. Forests assist in purifying the atmosphere by eliminating carbon dioxide and providing clean air and oxygen. Tall trees serve as windbreak, especially in places that experience strong wind. Forests influence weather pattern and they help to stabilize the atmosphere in different ways. So, at last, importance of forest can be summarized under the following heads. Forest controls erosion, it gives us timber, it provides habitat, it provides food to all the animals, especially humans, it provides oxygen, it provides and aids in cleaning the air. Because of all these reasons, March 21 has been designated as International Day of Forests by the UN General Assembly. India's forest cover. According to the Forest Survey of India, Dehradun State Forest Report of 2019, Indian forest can be classified into two broad categories. First is very thick forest, second is less thick forest. All those areas that are colored in dark green color comes under very thick forest, and those areas which are colored in light green color comes under less thick forest. Total they comprises of 21.67 percentage of total geographical area. So you can see the location of our dense forest or thick forest. They are mostly located in the areas of Uttarakhand, some parts of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, and also Assam. So you can see the location of thick and dense forest. Whereas the forest that covers in the central part of India are not that thick. They are sparsely populated, or they are not very closely grown. They are open forest or moderately less dense forest. The total forest and tree covers is 24.56 percentage of the geographical area in the country. So here you can see, according to this chart, if we consider the whole of the area, land area, as this big circle, that about 21.67 percentage is the forest cover and about 2.89 percentage is the tree cover. Total they make 24.56 percentage, and this is the total forest area present in our country. But what do we understand by forest cover? The forest cover includes all the tree patches which have a canopy density more than 10% and area of 1 hectare or more in size. So if the canopy, that is the layer of trees, is more than 10%, then it is a forest cover. Whereas the tree cover are all patches of trees occurring outside the recorded forest area which are of size less than 1 hectare, including the scattered trees. So less the density is tree cover, more the density of trees in a particular area, that is forest cover. So the total forest cover is 21.67 percentage and the tree cover is 2.89 percentage of the geographical area. Together they make 24.56 percentage of the total geographical area in India. Now let's understand the given fact. Green cover in India. In the year 2019, total forest cover was 80.73 million hectare. That is the percentage of geographical area is 24.56 percentage. So if we are giving that a number, it is 80.73 million hectare. That much land is covered under forest in India. Top three states showing increase in forest areas are Karnataka with 1.025 square kilometer of forest area, increased number, that is. Andhra Pradesh 990 square kilometer, Kerala with 823 square kilometers of forest. So these are the states that are showing increase in the forest areas. Area wise largest forest cover in the country. Madhya Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, and Maharashtra. These are the five states which have largest forest cover in the country. They have large area in their states and that are mostly covered with forest. The given data also proves that there is an increase in the forest areas of India. Forest covers increases up to 24% of the geographical area. Area-wise, Madhya Pradesh has largest forest covers in the country, whereas followed by Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. In terms of forest cover as percentage of total geographical area, the top five states are Mizoram with 85.41%, Arunachal Pradesh with 79.63%, Meghalaya as with 76.33%, Manipur with 75.46%, and Nagaland with 75.31%. So these are the states. They have less land areas, but that is covered with dense forest. According to the data, if we say according to the density, that is the closeness of the forest, Mizoram is the most densely forested areas, whereas area wise Madhya Pradesh is the largest, has the largest forest cover in the country. We all know there are lots of developmental programs that are being carried on by the government in order to develop the country as one of the developed countries. So yes, there are lots of developmental programs which requires to clear off the forest, and then lots of dams will be constructed, lots of factories will be set up, lots of minings will be done in order to take out the minerals from the soil. So these developmental programs have some effects on the forest. Sikya, a class 10th girl in Odisha, wrote a letter to the chief minister. Let's read a part of this letter. A forest is everything for us Adivasis. We can't live away from the forest even for a day. Government has started many projects in the name of development. Dams, factories are being built. Forests which are ours are being taken away from us. Because of these projects, we need to think where the forest people will go and what will happen to their livelihood. Where will the lakhs of animals living in the forest go? If there are no forests and we dig our lands for minerals like aluminium, what will be left? Only polluted air, water, miles and miles of barren land. So here in this image you can see, and from the letter also, Sikya wants to fix the attention of the government towards the side effects of these developmental programs. So when are there lots of trees? In the first picture, you can see there are different layers of trees. Some trees are small, some are medium, and some are large. All these different layers of trees form a canopy. A canopy is different layers of tree that is found in a forest. And because of this canopy, the direct sunlight cannot reach the surface of the earth. And because of that, the evaporation and transpiration process is a little bit slowed down. Whereas you can see further that when there are lots of trees on a surface, then the trees conserve water in their roots for their own use, that reduces the surface runoff as well as increases the interflow. So the trees absorb water and they flow in form of the streams, etc., before turning itself into groundwater. So this increases the process of saving water in the surface. But when there is construction and the trees are being cut down, there is a reduction in the canopy, and because of that, evaporation and transpiration is as usual, but this increases the surface runoff. Now there is no tree to save water on the surface or lock water on the surface. This decreases the interflow as water is not absorbed by the ground, and that's why base flow remains same. So you can see a very small difference clearly in these two pictures, the effects of construction. In order to protect the rights of the people living in the forest, Government of India has brought the Forest Act of 2007. Right to Forest Act 2007. People who have been living in forest for at least 25 years have a right over the forest land and what is grown on it. They should not be removed from the forest. The work of protecting the forest should be done by the Gram Sabha. So the government has given right to the people themselves to look after the forest. The people who are not living in the forest should not approach to these forests without the permission of the Gram Sabha. So that is the rule that Government of India has brought in order to protect the people of these forest areas. Things we have learned in this part. Forest is an assemblage of trees growing close to each other. The trees grow in different layers from tall trees to shrubs, creepers, climbers, etc. All these layers of shade form canopy of the forest. Forest is an important part of the ecosystem. They provide man with many benefits. The total forest and tree covers is 24.56% of the total geographical area of the country. The total forest cover is 21.67%. The tree cover is 2.89%. Area-wise, Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest cover in the country, followed by Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. In terms of forest cover as percentage of total geographical area, the top 5 states are Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, and Nagaland. So, Mizoram has the densest forest of India. Development programs are destroying the forest and are increasing the pollution. To protect the true conservers of India's forest right, to Forest Act 2007 was launched. With this, the part Forest of India comes to an end. Hope you have understood the meaning of forest and also the concept of development that has its effects on our forest and how it is reducing the quality of our environment. Also how Government of India has brought Right to Forest Act of 2007 to protect the people living in the forest. Hope in the next part you are going to understand the life of the tribes in other parts of the dense forest. Thank you. Thank you for learning.